Welcome back YouTube to another episode of Fast Car Checks, and today we are here at NV Motorsport, home to some of the quickest BMWs being built, N55 M2s. As you guys already know, I have a BMW M2. So we're here today, we're going to do some tuning on the car. Mabs is going to take you guys through on how to tune an M2 the right way and safely, and on top of that put his magic on the car. So for those of you that haven't followed the journey with the M2, it's an M2 N55 OG engine. I had it stock, I took it up to stage 1 with just a downpipe and a tune. Most of these cars need charge pipes, so I put the right charge pipe on there. Shout out to Forge Motorsport. But yeah, as we do car nuts, we want more power. I followed Mabs' journey online with this very car here, M2. I think it was around 618 BHP off the top of my head. But yeah, he's still to this day, he holds the draggy for the fastest in the world for quarter miles, 0 to 60s, all of that. It's all online on the Draggy app, so you can say for yourself what it was pushing. But I'm not going to talk too much. That's what we're here to do today, to take the car up to stage 2 plus. So with that said, let's bring in Mabs.
Fast car checks, another one. Pull up on the skirts. Fast car checks, we are first. Bullets in first. Pull up and burst, whoa. Yo, fast car checks, another one.
You're joking. Not another one?
We're gonna ring the bell now, and then yeah, like I said, Mabs is gonna tell you more.
Oh, we're doing?
Yeah, man. So Mabs,
Finally here.
welcome to the channel. Like I said, man, it's been a long time coming. Obviously, I came here originally in about July, I think it was.
So, yeah.
Just because obviously I followed the YouTube vlogs, and as soon as I seen the M2, I just thought straight away this is the right person to take the car to. So, do you want to just introduce yourself and kind of like what you do?
Yeah, look, German vehicle specialist, so a lot of us know us, a lot of people out there know us for the BMWs, but obviously we do VAG and Mercedes as well, so the like Golf R, S3s, etc. And also the Mercedes AMGs. But yeah, BMW obviously is our forte. N55 is probably the most common car that comes through these doors.
Yeah.
In M2 variant, 135, 235, 335, 435 even. We've actually got a 435 in at the minute that we're doing a stage 3 hybrid turbo build on. So yeah, N55s are a common occurrence here. And obviously we've got a couple of our builds outside as well with B58s, which is probably the second most popular at NV Motorsport because they're actually really quick.
Yeah.
But yeah, look, N55s is what we do.
Yeah, that's it. And obviously you had the BMW M2 originally, as I just mentioned. And it still holds the draggy now, don't it? I've been on there. It still holds it.
The whole draggy wars, we don't really get involved. I mean, for us, it's documenting a build based upon our calibration and the setup on the car. We don't build drag cars.
We
don't strip them out. We don't do anything. We build fast road cars and then we put it against the draggy or Santapod, for example, and see what it does, so that people have an idea as to how quick their car can be. So I mean, look, all that. I mean, there was a lot of undocumented stuff with the M2. As we changed kind of our YouTube channel a little, but yeah, definitely it was up there as well.
It was a good car, yeah, it was an absolutely good car.
Probably the car I missed the most out of all the cars.
Yeah, yeah.
And it's still living on, like the new owners, it's been through like 3 owners since.
Yeah.
And it's still servicing and maintaining it, loving the power. So
yeah, yeah. And what power did it make? Because I remember it was about 618.
Yeah, so it was, I think it was dual port meth with race fuel. It was about 620 brake horsepower.
Yeah.
But I have to pull up the figures anyway to kind of see that. But yeah, it was quick. It was stock block, stock gearbox. So yeah, I mean, we could have taken it further. You know, like a full forged billet. You know,
the forged shebang.
The whole full shebang. But we ended up kind of letting it go and moving on to other
projects. Yeah, of course, as a shop, you kind of have to keep moving.
Well, you need to check them out. You need to check them out. Let's go.
Yeah. We're going to check them out. We're going to see what obviously. Yeah. So where do you want to start then? Because he's got a couple. Yeah.
So we start here, right? This is my favourite project. Everyone says, why is that your favourite project? Because the heart of this beast went into this beast, and for all of those who know us, will probably have followed the build. This is the E46 Touring with a B58 engine in.
So this is the B58 straight out of the M140. It's come out of that straight into this, yeah?
Yeah, well, there's a lot of fabrication to get it right, and sitting in the OEM location, all the wiring, everything works inside. There's no lights on the dash. It's kind of an OEM plus build. And yeah, it was meant to be a sleeper, but we ended up kind of going mad with like the styling, the wheels, the brakes.
Yeah.
So yeah, this is my daily at the minute, and I absolutely.
You daily this?
Yeah.
Okay, yeah. And B58s, everybody knows right now, they're one of the go-to engines. People do love them. They make great power.
There's a massive debate about N55s versus B58, the sound, the power, and all of that. It all boils down to your budget, innit?
Yeah.
And with less of a budget, obviously you can make more power on a B58.
Yeah.
But with more of a budget, the N55s do have the scope to run. Prime example, we've got our M240i, which is our latest kind of development shop car. This is stock block, stock engine. It's got upgraded gearbox, so we've just rebuilt the gearbox with high friction plates, and it's running a hybrid turbo, 704 brake.
Just 7.4, and that's not
stock engine.
Yeah.
So the investment you put in a B58, especially a Gen 2 compared to an N55, obviously outweighs based upon that. So hybrid turbo, meth injection, intake manifold,
X-drive as well, so it puts the power down nicely.
Yeah, we'll try and go out in this later so you can see.
Yeah.
Like, and,
I'll give them a spin of both cars just inside as well, because you've got this is an incredible build, and for guys at home that haven't followed this journey, it came out of that into this, and you built it all from ground up. Absolute crazy build. Do you want to, is it open?
Yeah, it's open.
Yeah, we'll just go inside now and just kind of get a gauge.
Look, it's a high mileage car, but it's on the original paintwork.
Yeah.
Original chassis, original interior, like, apart from the seats being changed, I mean, I think it's on 188,000 miles.
Yeah, from the engine out of the M140, yeah?
No, from the original chassis.
Okay, so the sachet's done 188,
I think the engine did like 80k.
Yeah, So
yeah, it's definitely one of my favourite projects, and I don't think, like the M2, like all shop cars, I mean, anything really new and whatever, we do our development on it and we're moving on, but this is definitely a keeper.
Today, like I said, we're going to be turning the M2 up.
Yeah.
As I said, the ECU's gone back to stock now, so it's just had the bolt-on parts onto it, so I've added an intercooler B58 TU pump. It's had charge pipe, downpipe already on it. panel filter. So, you know, obviously we'll see what we can do with it today.
Look,
but again,
we'll go through the limitations, and I think, you know, I'll try and explain to you as to what's going on with the car and what the limitations are and what I've seen in the past in comparison. No two cars are the same. So,
yeah, exactly,
you know,
that.
There's a power grade that we're looking for, a target that we are looking for, but not all the cars make that because of, you know, carbon buildup and the intake valves, for example, low pressure fuel pump controllers, heat up. There's so many other concerns that could be, you know, stopping us hitting our target. But there's just generally there are other limitations. So we'll go through that. But yeah, we've got to get in diagnostics, back up at the ECU, full inspection on the car, make sure it's happy and healthy to run on the dyno, and then we'll take it out for a spin, do a bit of a data log, and then start tuning.
Yeah, happy days. All right, then, sweet. Yeah, let's go inside then.
Good to see. 366 brake horsepower, bro, with 529 Newton meters of torque.
Yeah.
It is pulling a bit of timing. I don't know why it's pulling timing. You said you had it serviced not so long ago, right?
Yep, correct.
And it's 99 run fuel.
Yep, Tesco Momentum.
So yeah, a load of kind of a base stage 2 on there. I just want to tidy up the first part, which is the low end, how the turbo responds based upon the back pressure, and then we'll work on the top end.
Yeah, okay then, sweet.
Taz, why you drip so hard?
So just under 400 brake horsepower and 707 Newton meters of torque. That's crazy.
700 and what?
707. So that tells me we've got good fuel pressure.
Yeah.
So the amount of boost I'm requesting below kind of 3,000 RPM. These spool up really quick, and obviously the type of downpipe you put on there makes a massive difference to its spool and the top end.
Yeah.
So, I mean, it seems okay. I mean, 720 is like the good target to have.
But 707, that's a lot of Newton meters, isn't it? That's going to be a nice car through the range, isn't it?
You'll feel the difference.
Yeah, yeah.
I mean, obviously you've had it tuned previously. It's going to be night and day difference from stock to tune, let alone from the previous tuner.
Yeah, yeah.
So yeah, we'll work on the top end. I'm really hesitant as to add a bit more, kind of about 5,000 RPM, only because it's pulling loads of timing. So I'm going to take the plugs out and look at them, and then take them back.
Yep, sweet.
It's not looking good, bruv. Look at that. You're telling me you changed these plugs?
Those are the plugs that was done.
No way. I mean, look, they're Bosch double platinums, which are kind of OEM N55, but we don't run Bosch.
Yeah, yeah.
I think I mentioned it to you before. NGK Iridiums 97506 is what we run, and we gap it accordingly. There is no set gap. It's purely based upon cylinder pressures, so it can change based on two different cars. So yeah, we need to change the plug for that.
So do you want to just explain to us, for people that may not know too much about spark plugs and things like that, What you're seeing there, the brown bit on there,
So when you get a bit of browning, it means condensation
Yeah.
or vapor getting inside the cylinder. Also, when you get browning around the side on the ceramic,
Yeah.
then it means there's contaminants of some sort. But generally, like, you know, on your old tune, when you were cutting fuel pressure,
Yeah.
it kind of reduces the amount of fuel going into the cylinder.
Yeah.
Right? But it also creates steam because of the hot cylinder temperatures.
Yeah, yeah.
So as soon as you turn off the fuel, you actually get a lot of water vapor within the cylinder.
Okay.
And that can relate to a kind of a wet burn, basically.
Yeah,
That's
yeah,
why
yeah,
on
yeah,
these, when it does cut the fuel, you hear that hard ignition cut.
Yeah.
And that basically saves it, but it also causes it to get really wet inside the
Yeah.
cylinders. And like I said, these are open decks, so you've got to be very careful. All the safeties on there. You probably heard on that run as well. On one of the runs, I kind of aborted it. And that's purely because I've seen the timing being pulled so much so that the spark plugs needed checking.
And how often should we be changing these on a tuned car? Let's just say.
Look, iridium plugs are supposed to last 50k.
Yeah,
Right?
yeah.
Platinum plugs probably about 25k.
Yeah.
But I mean, BMW never really got their service right with it.
Yeah, yeah.
S55s they did.
Yeah.
But the M55s they never really did it. They just carried over what was on their 135i.
Yeah.
But obviously these are, you know, slightly more powerful, slightly
Course,
more torquey.
course.
So they do need. I'd say yearly.
Yeah. So you think that's quite normal? Because as I said, I put them on probably about
This ain't normal.
about a year
The
ago.
colour of this tip ain't normal.
At normal. So what
It
do you
should
think
be-
is causing that then? Just
It could be anything, to be
Yeah.
fair. I think it's the lack of fuel pressure
Yeah.
causing the condensation. Stop, start, not letting it warm up properly. You
Yeah.
get a little bit of that. You could actually have a head gasket failure, which could be in the head.
Yeah,
lifting,
yeah.
And it could be seeping a bit of water inside there. But look, I'm going to hazard a guess that this is just a load of detonation,
Yeah.
load of fuel cut, causing it to kind of be brown. I mean, look,
Yeah.
in comparison to like
Yeah,
fresh
yeah.
975 or 6, that's what it's supposed to look like.
yeah.
And
So is
obviously-
that something I should be keeping an eye on? Do you think, like maybe in about say about 6 months to a year, to pull them out again and see where they're
Definitely.
at?
Look, in terms of fueling, I target a really kind of clean burn, not a rich
Yeah.
burn, not a lean burn, a nice clean burn, and I know what works on the N55s.
Yeah.
Run them too rich, they misfire. Run them too lean, they misfire.
Yeah.
There's a sweet spot, and yeah, based upon your fueling, now that you've got the TU pump, our next limitation after the plugs is gonna be down to like the downpipe.
Yeah.
It's got a 3-inch downpipe on it, right?
Yeah,
It ain't going to
correct.
cause a huge issue to the peak because that MBT, which is max boosting timing, it's about 5,000 RPM on that N55 with the
Yeah.
stock turbo. So beyond that, it's going to be a bit choky.
Yeah.
But the standard manifold's choky anyway. So as long as we have no catalytic converter in there, then we've got the flow
Yes.
for the boost
Yeah.
level. But we're going to miss out a bit on the top end.
Okay,
So,
yeah.
but I mean, look, N55s, unless we run meth, we can't gain loads of power past 5,500
No,
RPM.
no.
And that's purely because of charge temps, cylinder temps, all of that.
Yeah, but with the supporting mods that I've put on, like the intercooler and things,
Yeah, I think
that will help it breathe, and obviously with the
about
pump.
5,000,
Yeah.
5,200 RPM, you should see peak power.
Yeah.
That's where these love to make power. And believe it or not, I mean, I think 700-ish newton meters is manageable, it's usable, and the way I taper it is good, but I mean, we can limit it even more. I mean, there's, you know, stuff we can do to increase the peak falsely by example, by reducing the boost lower down and the torque lower down, let's say 600 newton meters, your charge temperatures don't get too hot by the time it requests the more power.
Yeah.
Do you get it?
Yeah,
But
yeah.
the car just doesn't drive right. So
Yeah.
Again, I think 700 newton meters, nice and tapered, and a nice kind of peak. We're looking, you know, 430 to 440 brake horsepower.
Yeah.
So if we can hit that, then happy days.
Yeah.
And you know, I think beyond that, you know, some people go meth, but that
Yeah.
is a completely different tuning strategy because,
Absolutely.
like I said, these love to make peak boost and peak power at 5,500 RPM. So you almost have to make peak boost later when you run.
Yes, yeah.
Because on a progressive controller, you go by the amount of boost pressure you make.
Yeah.
And how much it gives. So it's a completely different beast. But yeah, a MEF tuned card will drive different to this, although more powerful.
Yeah.
But let's get these plugs changed.
And then turn it up a bit. So we're on 400 at the moment.
Yeah, about 400 brake horsepower,
Yeah.
700 newton meters.
700 newton meters,
I
and you
think
think that will
that-
go up again?
Yeah, 100%.
Happy days then. All right then. Well, like I said, we're going to let Mabs do what he's got to do, and then we'll show you the results after. Yeah.
Come check out the track. I think the screen will be better for that.
Yeah. So we want to go on the big screen, yeah?
The big screen, the big screen. Finished up today, NVM Stage 2 Plus tuning. Stock gearbox software, because it's DCT, we don't need to tune it yet. 442 brake horsepower.
Jeez!
717.
Okay, 717. 17.
717, yeah.
Okay,
so
it's
the target is between 7 and 720, so it's made it about right. And yeah, peak, look, like as I said, we're peak power about 5,000 RPM.
Yeah.
And then we're choking. I mean, we're choking because of the stock manifold and the 3-inch downpipe.
Yeah, yeah.
But nonetheless, I mean, all of this delta here, if you have a look, I mean, compared to stock, you're making almost 90 horsepower.
Yes, yeah,
I mean,
yeah.
in areas, you're making over 100 horsepower, and this is what creates a fast N55, because your power band is always going to be kind of, 2,500 RPM to about 5.5.
Yeah.
You never wring the neck out of an N55.
No, no, you don't.
Because the turbocharger is not efficient at the top end, but yeah.
442 BHP,
442,
yeah?
man.
Yeah, come on, that's wicked, man.
There's still a bit more in
That's,
it,
yeah, yeah.
but I think it's nice and healthy. And
Yeah,
safe.
yeah, absolutely. You want a safe car, you want a happy car, and like I said, those figures there are absolutely crazy for how I've been pushing it before. But again, you also want to be able to enjoy the car and not have too many issues.
There's a little bit here, well, you probably won't see it on camera, but up to about 3,500 RPM, we've got a rising peak in torque.
Yeah.
And that's where it gives you the drivability, the grip and stuff. So when you try and find your launch control, for example, if you go Santa Pod, you can alter that with the steering wheel, right?
Yeah.
So you can put that launch wherever you want. I always say stick it about just on the 3250, which is where your peak torque is.
Yeah, so that's like down to, isn't it?
Yeah, so it
Flip
gives
down to, yeah.
It gives you a good get-go. But I mean, 100 to 200, I mean, Stage 2 Plus, you're looking like sub-8s.
Yeah.
Which
yeah.
is mad.
That's mad, yeah. I think I was doing it before in like bloody 12s. Yeah, honest to God, I done it in like 12s.
Wow.
I mean, the draggy don't lie. The draggy don't lie.
Yeah,
I wasn't timing up my body, it was actually through the...
There's a knack to it. And, there's a cheat code to the whole draggy thing.
Yeah.
Me personally, I just use it as it's meant to be used.
Yeah.
And I just use it for what I need to. And I believe everyone should do that. I think trying to get tenths and 2/10 off.
Yeah.
Just by driving differently, putting it in a different position is a lot of bollocks.
Yeah, it is. The car will do what it's supposed to do at the end of the day,
100%,
won't it? You might get one hit out of what you're trying to do, but you want 5 good hits, and then that's the real reality
100%.
of the numbers.
I mean, look, this is a powerful car, and furthermore to this, MEF injection or hybrid turbo and stuff like that. But I mean, the TU pump will flow till about 520 brake horsepower.
Yeah.
So you've got kind of hybrid ability between, a hybrid turbocharger that's quick spooling up to like 520.
Yeah.
But it depends what you use it for. So obviously.
So what turbo would you recommend this? Because I will be going stage 3 with this.
Okay.
This is kind of like an in-between package, as we always want more power.
Yeah.
But when I do say, I'm going to come here, get stage 3, what turbo would you recommend for the M55 owners?
I mean, look, the N55 in M2 form is a bit of a track car, right?
Yeah.
You love to use it, and you need that torque low down. The problem comes when you pick a turbocharger, you have lag, right? So the last thing you want in a DCT car, N55, is loads of lag. So you don't want a turbo that spools up at 4,000 RPM like my big 600 brake horsepower one.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
You want something in between, and you want to be up to the limitation of the TU pump. So I'd probably choose probably a pure 600.
Pure 600,
I think that's the one to go to. It comes with a new manifold, and it comes with a compressor housing small enough for quick spool.
Yeah.
So it's like the pure 500, but with a big cast manifold.
Yes, yeah.
And I think 100% that's the turbo.
That's the one. And what would that make with a bit of meth and turn up?
With a bit of meth, about 550, 560 brake
That's
horsepower.
decent, isn't it?
Yeah,
Yeah. You don't really see many M2s on the 500s, if I'm honest with
I
you.
don't think anyone's committed to it
Yeah,
because of
yeah.
the 258s.
Yeah, exactly, yeah.
These cars with about 550 are the perfect.
Savage,
Like
yeah.
all my customers
yeah.
with 550 brake horsepower enjoy the car daily.
Yeah, yeah.
And like I said, we're not drag queens here.
No, that's it,
It's good to get a base,
Yeah,
don't get me wrong,
yeah.
but yeah, I think you should enjoy it for what it is.
So 442 BHP and 717 Newton meters of torque.
Yeah, and it's 20 degrees in here today, so yeah, it could be more on a colder day.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's a good kind of figure, I think. So yeah, let's take it off the dyno and go for a drive.
Yeah, sweet.
So I've been out for a quick data log session, and everything seems to be bang on. but I just want to talk you through a few of the settings.
It's like a different car now, isn't it? Completely. I always forget you don't have handles. You know, you sit in a passenger seat of your own car, you forget there's no handles there.
So gearbox is completely standard, although sport settings and torque request for sport mode is slightly different. So you'll see that.
Yeah.
Engine's pretty warm. I mean, you'll see. I'll just go into the next gear clean.
Yeah.
Because what I'm requesting by torque is better than what BMW requested.
Yeah. Yeah.
So it's going to be more fuel economy.
And that's in comfort mode.
Yeah, that's in comfort mode. Yeah. And then the way to drive these is in Sport Plus and full manual mode. That's the correct way to drive them. Or DSC off completely, but
yeah. Thing is about these, they're in Sport Plus with that manual mode. Sometimes they get a little bit like jerky at low speeds, innit?
Yeah, so I've actually changed that a little, so you should feel
smoothing it out.
Yeah, smoothing it out, because that's all down to torque request. Everyone thinks it's gearbox mapping, it's not.
Yeah.
It's down to torque request.
Because there's a lot of torque for it to handle anyway, isn't it? Like even like stock, they're quite torquey, isn't it?
Yeah.
What the hell, man? This is insane, man.
There's going to be B58 guys watching thinking, oh, my B58 will rinse that.
This is not messing up. There's so much torque through the range. It's like
it's progressive as well, so it's not like all everything is at the top end. 5,500 RPM. You're making
yo. Yeah, this is gonna, mate. For the third time, man. This is insane, man. This don't even feel like my car no more.
It's crazy, isn't it?
Yeah, it does not feel like my car.
Still playable on the throttle. Wheel spin into third gear.
Yeah, this is a machine. Wow. I can feel already, just even sitting in passenger seat, it never used to really get me
excited.
Yeah.
It's the tipping as well, like I said, it's all about modulation, isn't it? It's all about usable, so you can still drive this quite aggressively and not feel like it's going to kill you.
Wow. Didn't even know this car was capable.
It's mad, isn't it? The internet will make you think, oh, don't bother tuning and then you get it tuned properly.
Yeah.
And it becomes usable, drivable, and you want to enjoy it, you want to drive it quick.
Wow, man. What?
Did you feel it still going?
Yeah, man.
Whereas previously you probably felt it die a death.
Yeah, this is mad. This is mad. I said it don't even feel like my car. This feels like I'm doing a car review. You know when I get in someone else's car, it's just, I don't know this car right now. This is somebody else's car. But yeah, this is a different machine now, bro.
Do you like it?
This is a different machine, man.
Yeah, it's crazy because, like, I always say, when you've had a car tuned elsewhere, you're really rarely going to notice the difference because there's a lot of power, a lot of torque, and your bomb ain't as accurate as a dyno, right?
Yeah.
So you can feel it.
Yeah.
But in this, when it comes to the M55s, it's not in there compared to, you know, the previous tune that was on there.
Yeah.
If you were doing 100 to 200, you know, 11s, 12s, and that's like stock power.
Yeah, pretty much, isn't it?
I mean, there's a lot of control still left on this, so safeties for fuel pressure, safeties for ignition timing, even your torque reduction for wheel spin. You'll notice that it will hold a torque reduction longer, so that means when it does spin out, it's not going to be back on the power, off on the power, and it gets confused, so it will just dampen the power, even in Sport Plus. And again, all of these settings are not just kind of in the diff, in the gearbox. There's a lot of settings in the ECU that nobody else has explored. And I think that all of that combined is what makes quick cars up. But yeah, it's savage, man. Like.
It feels savage.
Well, there's a lot of tuners, flash files out there that will mimic a low torque purposely, so that they can increase the top end power just by engaging a bit of lag and torque. They increase the amount of power because of heat, right? Like having 720 newton meters and 440 brake horsepower is a fine balance between torque and power. Now, if we reduce the torque a little, we can actually increase that top end a little bit more, but at the cost of the low end torque. You know what I mean? Because that low end torque is heat.
Basically.
So the more you heat it up lower down, the less you have on the top, and vice versa. The less you have at the bottom, the more you have on top.
Smash this, man. Absolutely smash this, man. And like I said, if there's anyone watching this video that's got, well, you tell me.
To be fair, look, we tune anything.
I
think Germans is our thing, M lights, VAGs, RS, AMGs. That's what we do. But generally, like I said, I've owned majority of the cars out there, so that's why I can offer the service. But if there's a car that I haven't done before, then we could do a bit of a development on there. But generally, as soon as the car comes out, I'll buy it.
I'm fully impressed. Honestly, I can't thank you enough, bro, for this.
Look, at the
it's
end
what
of the day,
you do, but it's still like, you know what I mean? For me, it's still like, I'm enjoying it from the passenger seat. So, obviously I've had this car 18 months now. It had a tune on it before, and the tune was good enough at the time, stage 1, that's what I wanted at the time. But we always got to take things next level, innit?
100%.
So, this is the N55 guy, as he mentioned. He does B58s, all German cars, VAG cars, Seats, all of that as well. So, NV Motorsport.
Check it out.
Based in 0121. No, 0121. This is where it's at, man. But you've absolutely smashed it today. And if there's anything you want to say to the camera, like how to get,
just keep us updated. Get on with things. Let us know what's going on, and if anyone wants a similar sort of thing, give us a shout. And you know how we do things here. There's a quote system. There's a manager. Like we do it properly. And obviously we spend a lot of time on the car.
And you have got a YouTube channel yourself, so make sure you go and check that out. It's just NV Motorsport.
When we get the time moved. It's not like we're not full time.
That's it. But like I said, man, listen, thanks for watching the video. Big shout out to Mabs as well and the team for getting this car how it is now. Of course I'm gonna enjoy this, and hopefully you'll see Mabs back on the channel again when we're ready to stage for it. But remember to like, comment and subscribe. Know the vibes. Let's go.